Today, I'm showing you how I create custom portraits in The Sims 3. Not just frame photos, but full-on photo signs and logo style pieces you can use for things like baby showers, family homes, and storytelling. Alright, so here are some frames that I've already created before. And I'm just showing y'all the images, how they're gonna look. I like the size of these frames, and it allows for you to have more memory fit into that frame. And then on the side here we have the baby shower graphics that were made in Canva. Now I'm gonna do 2 other graphics through Canva just to show y'all how it works, so it won't be like baby shower ones, but I do have these available for y'all to grab and use in your baby showers. You can grab those from my baby shower guide, which is also on my channel. But yeah, so that's all I have for like the preview of how it looks in game, and then I'll go into showing y'all how to actually make these with the tools that I listed on the doc. Alrighty, so I'm going to give y'all a quick run through of the Google Doc that has all the resources you're going to need to actually pull this off. So in this doc, I also have the I ain't mean for that to happen, but I also have the backlink to the links tab that will take you straight to all the resources that you're going to need. If you want to do photo shoots for your Sims or your families, you can definitely do that. I linked the backdrop that helps with this, and I also linked the post player if you don't have it, as well as a few resource links to some poses to get you started to make the photo shoots. As we go down, we have photo tools. These are the tools you use to actually work with the pictures and the textures. You're going to need Photopia or Photoshop to crop and do other things. You can design in Photoshop as well. And then you have Canva. Canva makes it easier to do what you would do in Photoshop from scratch, in my opinion, from the way that I look at it. Canva is for like those quick designs. Like I put it there for like quick designs. So I'll take you through how to do a design in Canva to put on a frame, as well as a family photo to put on a frame as well. Then you're also gonna need Delphi's Sims 3 pack multi extractor. This is going to help you extract the Sims 3 pack file into a package file to avoid the TS3 launcher. All right, and then to pull all this together to literally put the texture onto the frame, you're going to need a good working TSR workshop. So this is the good version. This is also the one that I have. So make sure that you have this, so that way you can do this. If not, just make sure that you have like not the latest version. I'm not using the latest version of TSR. All right, and then I also linked some frames to start you off. These are gonna be, where are they? So I'm using these frames because of their style, number one, and you don't even need to have every frame. Like you can literally grab one package out of because it comes in this big old file here with a bunch of frames. So you can literally just grab one of the large ones, or if you want a small painting, it's totally up to you what you want to use. But I'm going to be likely using one of these large paintings for the family pictures, and then we're going to do baby shower one as well. I believe it's right here. This is the frame that I used to make those baby shower images in Canva, and then we just put it onto this one. So I'm going to show y'all how to do that as well. Okay, before we get started, it's going to be very important that you set up a projects folder for this process to make everything simple and easy to get through. So in my documents folder, I went ahead and created a folder called Photo Frames Project, and you just want to put in the actual CC that you want to use as a base. So we're going to call this base content. And you're gonna put your photo frame that you plan to put your pictures in. You want to put that in base content, and if you plan to do graphic images and you have a base for that, you want to put that as well. So that's going to be called your base content folder. Up next, you want to add a folder called we can say images and graphics, and we'll put we'll put raw in front of that. This lets you know when you do raw images and graphics, this lets you know these are the images that have not been cropped into the texture that's actually going to fit on the frame. So after you do that, now you want to have sets. The sets will help you as far as what set of images go on what content. So we're going into sets. We'll do the family frame. We'll call this family frame set. And then we're going to make a new folder. We're going to call this the graphics set. Okay, so now we have all our sets as far as what we're going to turn them into, right? We might end up doing more folders later, but just in case, I'm gonna make another folder. This is going to be called completed content. This will let you know that everything has been literally exported out of TSR Workshop and placed into a package file, because we're going to turn all of this into package files to just throw into our folder. Now, in my mods folder, because I've been doing a lot of custom CC for myself, I had to go in here. Let me see. Packages. I had to go in here and literally make a folder for myself. So anything that I make for my game or my Sims will go into this folder here. This makes it easier for me to track down any content that I have made. I would suggest that you make a folder for yourself as well if you start to make anything as simple or as quick as these photo frames. You definitely want to put them into a folder labeled as your name or something related to you. This will help you. Promise you that it will help you. Okay. All right. So that's that. We're going to save this for later because we do need to go in here and install the packages once they are done. Okay. I do need to grab another folder. And the reason I'm grabbing another folder, this is where I have all my G-Shade screenshots. And so with this, we want to pick and decide what screenshots we're going to use. I believe they're on my second drive. So if I were to drag them over, they're just going to copy and paste into my documents folder. So we're going to start with this picture at the bottom. And it copies into here. So it stays into this folder as well. We can also do this couple pic here. We want to do one with just Amina. That's going to help as far as me putting her pictures on the wall. We do have some with them all three together, like these pictures here. So we're definitely going to do those. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 images for the family photos. I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can also do this photo here. Or do I like this one? It looks like it's the same size. We could do a cotton candy pic as well. We have the party pic. We can do that. And then I think I want her in one of the cotton candies. Maybe this one. Ooh, we did have toddler photo shoots. I definitely want to get her family when she was a toddler. So let's do that. I think I like this one. And the reason why we're grabbing all these, I'm about to show y'all in a second, but let me see. That should be all the pictures. So you want to make sure you have them like this. Pick out all the pictures you're going to use. I'm going to call this family set. And the reason being is because you can take all these and put it into one frame, and they'll all be there in their own section. So I'll show y'all how that looks. But we have the set of pictures that we want to use for the family frame. We're going to need a folder for the graphics. In Canva, this is where I did the ever after sign, but I want to make this graphic fit onto a bigger thing. So we're going to take this here I really don't want to do a new one, like a new thing, but I do want to use this one, but we're also going to do a new one just so y'all can see how this works. So we're going to make a new design. We can do a photo studio for like a business lot. So we're going to call it, I'm trying to think what's a good name. They are in West Arbor, so we're just going to call it West. Should we call it West Studio or West Arbor? I knew it was gonna be too long, but can we just make this text smaller? Capture it all. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this, and that's what I mean by quick designs. Like, all I did was change the text here. Now with other designs, you may need to do more than change text, as far as like if you don't want to keep this, but for the sake of showing y'all how a graphic would look, I'm just gonna do, you know, a quick design. So let's see, I'm trying to make sure I have everything, and we're also gonna do a transparent background, and then we're gonna download this. Now I do have the premium version of Canva, so if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. I'm gonna go into our graphics folder in the raw images and save this here, and that's going to be that as far as getting all your images you're going to need. Now I do have TSR already open, but I'm going to open a fresh one, and this is version 2.0.88.0 just in case you need that number to make sure you have the right version or the version that I'm using. So we're going to create 2 new projects. The first one, I kind of want to start with the logo because it's not going to take I don't think either one of them will take long. The other one is slightly more tedious because we have to fit a few of them. But now we can go into Sims 3 pack. We want to go into base content, and then we're just going to find the painting that we want to replace, right? We're going to rename this to let's see, I'm trying to think. TS3 business frames. Next, and then you're just gonna press OK. All right, so now that we're in here, if you want to like keep the price low, I'm gonna set the price, it can stay at like 11. As you can see, the name of this is going to be TS3 business frames, and then description is the same. Now what you want to do is go into the textures. This is the important place that you want to look at. So we're going to go in here, we're going to hit edit after you click on the overlay, and then you want to export this image out. Then we're just going to go into sets, graphic set. We're going to make a new folder that's going to be called original. This lets you know that you have the original image of the custom content that you're going to be editing or recoloring. All right, then if we go into that folder, we're going to go into sets, graphics. Then you want to add a folder name 1 and a folder name 2. The reason you're only doing 2 is because we only have 2 graphics that we're going to use. So for this, we can just go in here and delete any extras that you're not going to do, because I'm only making 2 for this content. So I'm gonna delete this, and now you're gonna only have 2 options. Okay, now I'm gonna use Photoshop, and so I'm gonna hit open. We want to go to documents and find our folder that we have everything in. Then I'm gonna go into sets, graphics, and hit original to open up our thing. Another important thing that we need to do when exporting, make sure that it is a PNG file. That way you don't have, that minimizes issues when opening it into certain programs without having to get all these plugins, right? So now that we have the PNG file, we can go into here. Um, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm gonna add a new layer first, but the reason why I say that, can I select all? It's gonna make me not select this. Okay. Um, what's the best way to do this? I want to be able to select all margins, and then we're gonna go onto the plane layer. I'm gonna set the color on this side to black. I'm gonna need a what you call this? I forgot, paint bucket. And you're gonna fill that with black and then hit deselect. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to cover this layer right here, but you want to make sure you have the dimensions of it. Now I'm just gonna go to our folder. We're gonna go to the raw images folder, and let's extract these. 7-zip, extract here, and get our images and drag them in. Cool. Now what's going to be important is we don't have a background, so we need to do that. In one of my older videos not too long ago, I made a portrait template, right? So I'm going to go in here and grab that and to use as the background for the sake of this video. Okay, cool. We're going to drag this down. We could even go in here and hit Control J. Turn the visibility off for the original image. And then what else? Well, actually, can we grab this? Let's darken. I want the unicorn one. Cool. Is there anything else attached to it? Yeah, I think it's one of the darkens. Okay. So we're gonna do both of these and merge layers. Then you want to hit Alt on your keyboard. That's going to bring up this square button with the arrow. And then you're going to hover over the black layer, and that's going to cut it into that spot. Now that we've done that, we can go into blur, Gaussian blur. That's going to give us a better background. Blur the background. Now we can start to put our logo stuff on top. And I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. As far as the backgrounds are concerned, we can always do better ones. So another thing we could do is, let me go to this. Want to fill this and then hit overlay. All right, or outer glow. Just to brighten that up. Okay, so I kind of want to blur this more. There we go. Cool. So after that, we're going to quick export. Then I need to go into the right folder that we're using. We're going to go into the sets, the graphics. We're going to set this as image 1. and hit save. Then we want to switch to the other one. We can turn this off to kind of see which one we want to use. I like the brightness, I believe, on both. So we're just going to keep it like that. And then we're going to go into folder 2 and hit save. The reason why we did separate folders is because it's the same file name, but it's different versions of that file. So we put them in the separate folders. Now, you could rename them and all that. I don't like to mess with that. That's just what it is. So now we're going to go back into TSR and we're importing the images that we just made with the graphics. So now you want to just hit continue. You don't really need to do anything here. Then it'll change. You hit done. Then what did it say? Do you want to replace the current texture with the new texture? Clicking no will create a new texture. I will always click no here. Okay, so we just imported the first texture for this graphic frame, and it's the ever after events and parties. Now we're going to go into the second one. And what you want to do now is click on the overlay here and then edit. You're going to hit import. Then we want to find our folder where we're doing this full project. We go into sets, graphics, then hit folder 2. And then we're going to open the studio, Photo Studio West Arbor image, right? Then you're going to hit continue. And then after that, it's going to load in. Press done, I hit no, and then boom. Now we have both of our graphics into this frame here. Now that we've done that, we can export it, and we're going to export it to a Sims 3 pack. I'm going to skip through all of this, and then we want to go ahead and hit wait, we did make a completed content folder. So we're going to do graphic PS3 business frames. And then for a little note, I can put Airy on the end and then save. Good. Now that that's done, I'm going to close out of this version of TSR. Here is Delphi's multi installer. I'm going to copy this exe file, right? We're going to go to our projects folder, and I'm going to paste a version of it here. What you can do, and the reason we do that is because this makes it easier to focus only on extracting items in our project. Let me find the other end. Okay, so what you want to do is select the folder that contains the Sims 3 pack, which we did. We also going to select the destination folder of where this will be extracted to. And then we will hit extract, but I want to do this after we've completed both areas. So up next is the actual family photos, right? So we're going to load up a fresh version of TSR Workshop. Then we're going to hit create new project and then hit new import. We're going to browse. We want to go into our project, base content, and then package to find our package file. Open. Then we're going to change this to lavender family set. I'm going to change it to set E. Then we can even copy and paste into the description. I can even put Airy current household memories. Okay, cool. Then we hit next and it's going to load in our mesh. Okay, now we're going to go into the textures. This comes with 4 different frames, styles, but we have quite a few images. So to do this, we want to just pick which you can pick out of the 4 that you have. And we're going to export this. I'm going to go into sets and do original again. So we have the base of the texture. We still exported the wrong type. let me delete this actually. PNG. Cool. Now that we've done that, we got what we need for the frame. So now we're gonna go into sets, family frame, original, and open this. Now, what we want to do in here, kind of what we did before, we want to get the dimensions of this image here and select all of it. You work hard here so you don't have to work hard with the pictures. So now that we have it selected, I use the rectangle or square selection tool to get the box. Now we have this empty layer here. I'm gonna grab the paint bucket tool, make sure that it's selected in black or any color really, and we're gonna cover that. You don't want to, just in case, I do this as a just in case measure, you don't want to really edit this. You just want to grab the dimensions and create a block on a blank layer. What we can do now, I'm gonna lock this layer for now, but we need to go back into our projects folder. After we go in the projects folder, we're going into the raw images and graphics, go into our family set. I'm gonna click the first image, hold shift, click the bottom image, and then we're gonna drag all of these into the project. And then we're just gonna press check on all of them to import them in. Cool. Now what we're gonna do is start from the bottom here. I'm holding Alt and hovering over the layer 2. And what this is gonna do is fit these images into the dimensions, and all we have to do is crop them. I'm gonna show you. This is the fastest way to crop, honestly. Holding Alt and hovering over the black layer creates a clipping mask. So that way, each of these images fits into the frame. So I'm turning the visibility off to start with this first picture here. I'm grabbing from the corner, and then we're going to actually resize through the clipping mask. Now, as we resize these images, I'm going to be looking at whether I want to actually finalize with these. So with this image, it might be too zoomed in. So we probably should have chose like the zoom out versions, but it's all good because we have quite a few to sift through. So like with this picture, it fits perfect. So I do want to leave with this one. I'm going to rename this layer. I'm going to start it off as 1. And then click into this layer. I want to see if these Tyler family photos will work. What we can do is go in underneath and add like a white layer. Well, that's not fully white, so there. Okay. And that'll help with some of these pictures so that we can get, or we might just have to not go with them, because let me click on this one. This one turns out good. Okay. This becomes 2. All right, then we got this family photo here. This one looks like it's gonna fit. And these will be great to furnish around the house. So this is like a 2-in-1. I'm showing y'all how I do it. Plus it makes it easier for me later to decorate with. But you see how quick and easy this is? The way we're just resizing them within. Now, I see why people still ask me, because they're like, you probably do it a different way, which I am doing it a different way. You don't need to like go in and do anything besides create a clipping mask and then put all the images underneath one of the masks that are already been clipped, and then you just resize it to fit, and it fits perfectly. Which one did we do? We got 4. This is 5. And then we have this like normal, you know, nice off-guard pic of Amina. That's gonna be 6. Let's see what else. We got some more pics of her. I definitely want to make sure I keep like child and toddler pics as she grows up. This is something that we didn't do with like the previous gens, which is also why I like how the legacy is progressing. It's been the last time like I played with them before 2025 was like since the current household video. So like the second time I brought up the current household, I had recently picked them up in like October, November of 2025. So we're just getting back into it, but we probably would have been like way through this gen had I played more. But I need to take a break, so it's all good. We definitely want to use this one. So we're going to do that. I think it's in another frame, but I don't even think I published that frame out of TSR. So I'll put it in this frame. And it's looking like we're going to have... I'm trying to think how many versions. Ooh, this is really cute. This becomes number 10. Then we also have one as them by themselves as a couple. Becomes number 11. We could even bring the arms in more. Or do we want to bring their heads up? Oh, I love the way Lavender is against Marley's face. Like, they are too cute. All right. And then we definitely want one with Amina by herself in her pose for the photo shoots. Okay, so which one is this? This would be number 13. I think we already have one like this. If not, it is what it is. But this one is a cute one as well. I might have to sharpen this. Okay. And rasterize. Cool. All right, let me go through. This is number 13. We did this pic. We did this pic. Okay, that's a different pose. Okay, cool. Then we also have this one. And we definitely want to fit this. All right, and this becomes 14. Okay, cool. So we have 14 of these photos that are going to be put into the frame. Now that we know our number, we're going to go back into the family set. And start making the folders. So 1 through 14. We could do this another way and just save them as 1 through 14. But I've been doing it like this to be safe. Actually, we could try it. But I'm going to have these folders just in case it doesn't work out. Okay. So now that we've gotten our images resized to our black block, which was made as a clipping mask, we can go ahead and start saving. So I'm gonna start with picture 1. We're gonna go ahead and hit export, quick export. Sets family frame folder 1. These are set as keys. So if we set it as 1, let's see what it'll do. I'm gonna start from this one. Import folder 1. Cool. Okay, we can do it like this. Cool. So I'm gonna turn off 1 and turn on 2. Rename the next one to 2. Turn on 3. Rename to 3. Rename to 4. Rename to 5. Rename to 6. Rename to 7. And number 14. Cool. We got all our pictures ready. Now it's time to go into our actual family set of portraits. So now that we've set up portrait 1, we're just going to import the rest from 2 to 14. Always hit no just to be safe, especially if you're not doing duplicates. So if you want like a fresh new image, hit no. Import. We're on number 4. No. And another thing, go ahead and decide on the outside of your frames. So I think I want this to be, I think we want black frames. Yeah. So I'm going to do that for the rest. And you kind of want to decide this ahead of time because I'm going to show you why in a sec. So make sure that all the frames you just completed are the color you want. I don't know why my throat want to fail me when I'm trying to talk before I leave. I'm literally doing this before I got to go to work. Okay, so we have our 4 frames. Now we're going to duplicate one. You want to duplicate it one at a time in case you get lost. So this is our 5th one. Import. Now we're going to do frame number 5. Continue. No. And we keep that black frame as we go down. So that way you don't have to keep doing it. You want to make sure you have the black frames already set up. So when you start to hit duplicate, you're just changing the image that's inside of the slots. We should be able to make 14. And we're literally just duplicating and changing the image. We're on number 10. That fast. Duplicate. On number 11. Duplicate. 12. Duplicate. Did I hit duplicate this time? No. Now, it'll be here, just to be sure. Okay. Now we can go in here, duplicate, import. It'll be the last one. Okay. 13, 14. Should all be in there. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. 14 images were created. 14 have been in their own slot. Now, we can change the price of this because we do have 14 images to decorate with. We'll set it like 14 per image. 14 simoleons. Cool. And then that should be it for making sure everything is good. I'm going to copy this, make it easier on me. Now we can export. Save. Cool. We have just created our family frames as a set. So This makes it to where you're not making one image per frame, you're making multiple images to fit in the same frame, and you can decorate with that frame over 14 images, 25 images. I believe you can do 25 recolors. So if you want 25 images, you can do it like that. Then over here, we did a set of 2 for the logo, just so y'all can see how that would work. And so we did that as well. And then if you want to save these for later, in case you want to do something with them, you can go into the same project and just save the PSD files in the main folder, just so you know like what is what. So we're gonna go into photo frames, key. Okay, just in case, you never know when you're gonna need this again. I know I'm probably gonna end up needing this again, so I'm saving the projects. All right, now we did all of this, but we can really delete those because I believe all of them are in folder 1, and we just renamed them to numbers instead of the key. I could have did that a long time ago, but I don't know, my brain is my brain. All right, y'all, so everything has been done as far as the Sims 3 packs are concerned. We exported them out of TSR and now they're ready to be extracted. So we're going to go ahead and click on the multi extractor, and as you can see, it's already been set up. So all we did here is find where the TSR Sims 3 packs are housed, which they are in completed content folder, and then we're just going to hit OK for that. And then in that same folder, there's a deeper folder. We named it packages. This is where the packages will be sent. So once we hit extract, we'll go in this folder, and these are the package files of the TS3 packs. We're going to, hold on, what just happened? Can we put that back? Okay. We're going to highlight both of these and hit copy. Then I'm going to go into the AirySeez folder, which is in my mods folder. We're just going to paste them in, and they are now installed into the game without the launcher. Now I do need to go in here and delete a few things just to make sure that they load into the game properly. Now I don't delete cache files often, so please do not do this if you haven't played with them long enough. I'm only doing that because of the installation process. Okay, so now that we're back in game, I need to go and grab the recent pictures we just made. All right, so it shows up in game as TS3 business frames, and it's 11 simoleons. So we're gonna go ahead and place down the events and parties one. Then we also have one for the photo studio. So we can also go ahead and put it on the outside, just so y'all can see. Ooh, I like that by the door. Ooh, nice. And then it's only 11 simoleons, so pretty cheap. Now I'm going to take this and sell that side. Now the reason I wanted one for the ever after is so that when we go to that lot, we can put it in the blank spots when there's not like a significant event going on. It can show up as like the natural logo that goes there when there's not parties going on or events. So that's why we did that. And now we have our family set that we just made. We're going to place that down. We're also going to go in here and place more of them. We can really just hit shift on our keyboard and place the copies. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll show y'all 7. So now we're going to click on them with our recolor tool. All right, and then we're just gonna go in and select the versions that we want to showcase. I'm gonna pick like skip over one, pick the next one. Let's see, pick this one. All right, we're skipping, pick the couple one, and then we did the couple. We skipping this one. All right, and then I kind of want to go back through, but I do like the photo shoot ones a lot. So we're gonna pick that one with her posing. Cool. So now these are all the frames that we recently just made in Photoshop using the clipping mask method, and they all look so good. I can't wait to decorate the house with these. And then we have the one with they were outside in the winter. Cute, very cute. And this is Amina at her party, enjoying some cotton candy. I'm loving the background and the ambience of that lot. Love it so much. Then we have the toddler version of Amina with her mother, Marley. And then we have Amina taking her child photo shoot pic, the family photo shoot, couple, and then family again. Then we turn around. This is where they had their photo shoot at. So yeah. Then we got our West Arbor studio capture it all. Just to be cute with it, a different vibe. And then there's the backdrop that I linked in the doc. All right. Now I do want to take y'all over to the actual lot here because we want to go inside. Hold on. Shift click. Buy on this lot. We want to go inside, and I'm going to go ahead and remove these images right here because now I'm going to collections. We have the event image that we can place down. So I'm just going to grab this and fit it to the wall. And then anywhere you want to take these off at, you can. So let me hit delete, get rid of these frames, turn it back into like a normal, what did I just click? Let's turn the night lights on so we can actually see. The lighting helps me see how this would actually look. And then we're just rotating it because we'll actually fix it up. Okay, I'm trying to think all the places we want to have this. I think we are good there. So now we just take it and adjust it to the wall. We can go in here as well. Remove this on these walls. And resize it in here. And boom. Now we have put it as like the standard image when there's no parties. So ever after events or parties. Now there is I do need to look into, there's this one guide I noticed about certain setups that you can do during certain times. So I'm definitely going to look into that. I think y'all may know what I'm talking about, but until then, it doesn't take much to just take the frames out and redo them or whatever. That's pretty much how I do the frames, the custom logos. It's kind of the same method. Some take more than others. It's all about what you want, what you're gonna initially want it to look like in game. And then you take that texture and fit it onto whatever frame mesh you like. Now you do have to follow the terms of use. So I don't know if there was one for these. I just don't publish these frames right here. With the recolors, it's pretty simple. I'm usually just using a frame and doing a design and putting the design onto the mesh. But in most cases, you should be good, but you know, just be on the safe side. But again, this is for your game at the end of the day. So I tried to make this multi-use for anyone, so that way y'all can have the same feel and vibe that I put into my game. So with all of that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay breezy.